Imagine a winter morning in late 2030. On the surface, everything looks calm. Lights in apartment windows, quiet streets, friends and families visiting each other. After a long year, inside one crowded living room, a group of people sit together, with food on the table and music in the background. On the coffee table, a new set of house keys catches the light. Everyone knows what that means. Someone in the room has just bought a home. There are smiles and congratulations. The moment feels like proof that the old story still works. Study, work hard, save, buy. But if you look more closely, something important has changed. Behind many of these success stories, there's now a quiet line, hidden in the background. Family help with the down payment, equity from an earlier property, wealth that did not start with a buyer. By 2030, in many cities, homeownership is no longer something most young people reach through work and discipline alone. It is quietly becoming something that often requires parents who already own property. This is not a dramatic slogan invented for a thumbnail. It is the direction suggested by a long list of housing and wealth studies released between 2024 and 2025. Oxford Economics, Goldman Sachs, McKinsey Global Institute, MIT's Real Estate Innovation Lab, the OECD, the Brookings Institution, and the World Economic Forum all point in a similar direction. By 2030, a growing share of home purchases made by people under 40 will require family assistance. Without that support, homeownership will become statistically out of reach for millions of people, not because they made bad financial decisions, not because they are uniquely irresponsible, but because the underlying economics no longer add up. The first major force behind this shift is the decoupling of home prices from household income. Between 2020 and 2025, home prices in the United States rose by nearly 50%. In Canada, the increase was more than 60%. Australia and New Zealand saw jumps of 40 to 45%. The United Kingdom rose around 35%. Over the same period, real wages barely moved. Inflation-adjusted income grew less than 4%. In many advanced economies, when home prices grow 10 to 15 times faster than wages, the traditional path to ownership breaks down completely. Cities that were once accessible for middle-income households now require extreme earnings. Places like Austin, Nashville, and Denver, Toronto, Sydney, Manchester, and Lisbon increasingly require household incomes above the 90th percentile just to qualify for a median-priced home. The second force is the financialization of housing. Homes are no longer simply places to live. They are global investment assets. Institutional buyers, large investment firms, pension funds, private equity groups, and foreign capital pools have been purchasing single-family homes at scale for more than a decade. In some markets, they do not just bid on individual properties. They buy entire neighborhoods in cash before any local family ever has a chance to view the listing. Goldman Sachs estimates that by 2030, institutional investors could control between 18 and 22% of detached homes. In certain regions, when investors treat houses as long-term financial products rather than community housing, prices detach from local incomes and begin following global capital flows instead. Supply tightens, competition intensifies, normal families get priced out of their own cities. The third force is demographic. Baby boomers own more than half of all housing wealth. In countries like the United States, and an even larger share of homes that are fully paid off, they are also living 10 to 15 years longer than previous generations. That means the large wealth transfer economists expected to see in the 2010s and early 2020s has been delayed. As long as older owners remain in their homes longer, supply stays restricted, prices remain elevated, and younger generations are forced to compete for a smaller pool of available properties. According to models, From MIT's Real Estate Innovation Lab, if these trends continue, homeownership rates among people under 35 could fall below 40%. In many developed countries, by 2030, the lowest level ever recorded. The fourth force is AI-driven income polarization. Artificial intelligence is not affecting all workers equally. McKinsey's 2025 analysis found that workers who adopt AI productively and use it to increase their output can earn 40 to 56% more than similar workers who do not adopt it. Workers whose roles are partially automated, but who do not upgrade their skills, see stagnant or declining income over 5 to 10 years. That creates a widening savings gap. Some workers begin compounding wealth much faster. Others fall further behind each year. Housing markets respond to this uneven growth. The people accelerating upwards can bid more aggressively. The people stuck with stagnant wages watch the price ladder move one step higher every 12 months. These four forces reinforce one another. Rising prices attract investors. Investors compete with families. Families rely on older generations. Older generations hold property longer. Younger workers face wage pressure from technology. The result is a feedback loop that pushes ownership further out of reach for anyone without existing wealth. So what does the world actually look like by 2030? If nothing major changes, most under 40 households in major urban regions will rent long-term. Down payment gifts and early inheritance will become the primary paths to ownership. Starter homes will become rare as developers focus on high-density rentals or luxury projects. Corporate landlords will continue expanding, increasing their share of residential properties. Political pressure will rise, but policy adjustments, zoning reform, tax changes, development incentives will move more slowly than the economic forces reshaping the market, and the wealth divide will increasingly be measured not only in dollars, but in access to stability, privacy, mobility, and long-term security. However, markets do not move in a straight line forever. There are counterforces that could moderate the trend, even if they do not fully reverse it. By 2030, AI-driven construction technologies, robotic bricklaying, automated concrete systems, 3D printed homes could reduce building costs significantly. In some regions, remote work may continue, pushing people toward more affordable secondary cities and regions. New ownership models, such as shared equity housing, community land trusts, and fractional property platforms, may expand and offer alternatives to the traditional single-owner mortgage. Governments in several countries are considering taxes on large-scale institutional landlords and new incentives for first-time buyers, and eventually, demographic pressure will shift as older generations begin downsizing at larger volumes. None of these changes are likely to make housing broadly affordable again within a single decade, but they may bend the curve toward a more balanced future over time. Until then, the question becomes, what can individuals actually do? The strongest advantage is increasing your income faster than housing inflation. AI now allows some workers to multiply their output in ways that were impossible just a few years ago. People who learn to integrate AI into their workflows gain a measurable income premium, and that premium compounds year after year. For those priced out of traditional homeownership, building wealth in other forms becomes essential. Index funds, real estate investment trusts, fractional property investments, digital businesses, and scalable online services can all play a role, depending on your skills, risk tolerance, and local regulations. Geography also matters. Some regions will remain accessible longer than others, and being willing to relocate or consider secondary markets can dramatically change your long-term outlook. Shared ownership models with friends or relatives, co-buying arrangements, and community-based equity structures will likely become increasingly common. And finally, collaboration within families, across generations, or between siblings, is becoming a practical and realistic strategy rather than an exception. 2030 will not be the year homeownership disappears. It will be the year it finishes transforming into something different, less of an individual milestone, more of a collective effort. The rules have changed, but understanding those rules early gives you a meaningful advantage. This video is not financial advice. It is a framework to help you see the forces at work and decide how you want to respond. Stay aware, stay adaptable, stay curious. Sources: Oxford Economics, Global Housing Outlook, 2025. Goldman Sachs, Real Estate Macro Forecast, 2025. McKinsey Global Institute, Wealth and Property Report, 2025. MIT Real Estate Innovation Lab, Demographic Housing Study, 2025. OECD, Housing Affordability Framework, 2025. Brookings Institution, The Future of Homeownership, 2025. World Economic Forum, Global Risks Report, Housing and Wealth, 2025. Before you go, tell me in the comments, do you believe you will be able to buy a home in your city without family help by 2030? Or will ownership belong mostly to those who start with a head start?